All right, if you're walking in, please sit close. I only bite on request.
Bite.
I think it wasn't even. We'll get there.
Okay, I'm gonna use this microphone until someone tells me to not. Hi everyone, welcome to the D&D 201 panel. I think we're starting a little bit early, or no, we're on time, cool. 1 minute early?
Oh,
You have to wait a minute? Oh,
that
man.
is yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more of the, not an introduction to what D&D is, or tabletop gaming, gaming is also pretty cool.
Yeah.
More of like, discussing what we've learned from streaming for 7 years of me playing D&D for 27 years.
God, we're old.
Has anyone played any tabletop game for longer than 27 years?
Yeah.
What games have y'all played?
Technically, it wasn't tabletop. It was D&D 1.
Okay, all right. Okay. So back when it was chainmail? Yeah, awesome. What about yourself? Same? Do you also have the white box? The white wooden box?
Yeah.
I got my hands on the purple one, but it's not the same. What we're gonna do is discuss some challenges that we've encountered, how to handle it, how to make your game better, how to improve, how to become friends, because tabletop games is a relationship, and we'll have some questions at the end. If you guys feel that you want to interrupt me and ask me questions while we're talking, please do, because you'll forget. So we are Divine and Conquer. We have officially written a few modules. Backer Kid was funded in 3 hours, not recently, so that was amazing. Yeah, so we are now published. Yay! We also stream and we do a bunch of nerdy stuff. We host events in Old Town Spring and throughout Houston and stuff. But shameless plug. Please go watch our streams Fridays and Mondays.
We're on
What?
Twitch. We have
Check the book, booth 2902. Go check the book.
Make sure it's on.
Yeah. All right.
We have Twitch, we have YouTube, we have TikTok. We're all over the social medias, so.
Where in the Old Town?
Excalibur Brewery. The first Friday of every month, we host events there. So if you're into D&D, we'll play D&D. We have Rosies for some free beer tokens. We have vendors, and then we have raffles, and we usually have some event happening.
Gaming and beer.
I mean, it's a perfect combination. You'd be surprised at how well it goes over.
And they're good microbrews. It's nice place.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Okay. So what this panel is going to be like. Let's teach you how to play D&D or any tabletop game. It's more like we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we've learned, and hopefully, you guys can learn from our mistakes. Monkey see, don't do.
Which there were plenty of mistakes. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We did them for you.
Yeah, so if you're here about like, what is the exact mechanic of how do I do my passive perception or passive insight right now? This is, ask me and I'll answer, but that's not that panel. Unexpected moment. We do, and that's not this one. Unexpected moments and just building a stronger relationship, because as we've learned, a tabletop game can become a family, and you put a lot of heart and emotion into this, and that's it's sometimes it's harder to break up with your gaming buddy than it is to break up with a significant other.
Well, it's because we bring our stuff all out on the table. You know, like you're in the theater of the mind, and sometimes you have some like emotional responses, and it's gonna.
Yeah.
You got to be with people that you trust, people you feel safe with. It's helpful.
If we need to pass the mic, please let us know.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys.
Okay.
You
So, session 0. Does anyone not know what a session 0 is? Everybody, okay, good. Our job is done. I don't need that. Thank you.
fine.
Just to go over it because it's in front of my face. So session 0 essentially is just the game that you play before anything really happens, to establish what you're gonna do, because we're committed to this relationship. We're committed to becoming best of friends, and we need a contract to appease Beelzebub and the rest of the devils in the 9 hells. But one of the things that we use is this RPG consent form, which is just tells us like what are our yays, what are our no's, and life happens sometimes. And now I have something new that I don't want to bring up on the table, like our friend over here to arachnophobia, so no spiders in our game. You can have spider stats.
Yeah.
but it's now a butterfly or
Yeah.
a scorpion or something.
I'm fine with everything else except for spiders, and we have talked about
We
this,
have
so.
talked about this, yes. And if you know, it's like, well, that's too much. I don't want to do homework. I'm here to play dice math. One of the things that I have told people is big no, small no's. Like a big no would be like, one of ours is, hey, no, it doesn't matter what pet you have or animal, it's fine, perfectly fine. You fall into a volcano, you have a squirrel in your pocket, that squirrel is A-okay. That's something that we don't care about because it's, dragons exist and trolls and it's a fantasy game and we
You
just,
don't want to kill animals.
Maybe
so they
you
have
just
flat
yeeted
armor.
it like a softball out of it as you were falling. We believe in that, okay? We like
It
that.
landed fine.
we also have things called X cards, which some other RPGs have done, where it's if you're in a new table or new environment, I always have a little card that says like, hey, that scene was too violent or something. You pull out an X card, cool. Stopping that, GM, two-player, we're moving on to the next scene. Because we want everyone to make sure that they have fun and enjoy the game. So one of the things that we always talk about in session 0 is what the campaign tone is going to be. Because if you come back with, let's give an example. You come with a gritty, dark character who's afraid of the dark and who always wants vengeance. But it's like a surfer dude campaign and everything's really chill. It might not be the right vibe. So
If you show up with a grim, dark character to the School of Magic, it's very, very different vibes. Okay, when you walk in with the 7-foot Space Marine and you're all like, hey, we're gonna go to magic school, and he's all like, my family was taken from me, and you're just like, oh, no, but not that. So it can vary. You want to talk about these kinds of things with your party up front, get an idea. We, like a lot of us, run our own games at these Friday events at Excalibur. So we talked with our people. We said, hey, what do y'all want to run? What are y'all feeling? And we try to get an idea of all that before we even pitch like some of the modules we have. We've done, a lot of us do homebrew, stuff like that. So it's a lot of homebrew. God. Ugh.
Modules. Module is just
A
a
little bit louder,
skeleton.
please.
A module is a skeleton. I'm running
Use the microphone.
I'm running a Lost Mines of Fandelver game, and it's supposed to be like a level 1 to level 5. Our current game is at level 10 because I rewrote a whole bunch of things in there because when I read the module, it's like, that doesn't make sense. Why is the BBEG all of a sudden just dropped in the end of the game? So I introduced the BBEG in the beginning of the game.
modules are just a skeleton to make your adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, for players, one of the great things, like, well, where do I start? How do I write things? Where do, how do I impact the game? One of the things that I love doing is short-term goals and long-term goals. So like a short-term goal will be like, I want to win the FIFA Cup. You know, something that you can achieve in your lifetime. Versus a long-term goal is vengeance for my family. Yeah, you know.
I feel like winning the FIFA Cup is a long time.
Inner Zen.
I want to get over the trauma that I experienced. that's a long-term goal.
That is
Are
a
you talking personal now? Or is it-
Maybe.
I want to win the local fighters tournament. There we go. That's a short-term goal. I want to be the best boxer at my fight club or what have you. Long-term goals is like, I want to slay God. Like, you know, keep it manageable.
because slaying God is manageable.
That's
In
manageable.
D&D at level 20, yeah, it is.
I mean, once we start going to demigod phases, all right, then
You're gonna need a party.
yeah, you will. Another thing that we like to do is before every single game, I always ask the players, what do you want from the game? Not as a character, but as a player. Like one of the ones was Will actually told me, like, I want to fight on a airship. I don't care what happens. I just want to battle in an airship. So like, good, I have a goal. Do you want an underwater theme adventure? We'll have that. We'll have the goal because you're also playing a game and you also want to have fun, and we want to make sure you're having fun. I mean, that's pretty much the simplistics of it.
The airship vibe was cool, by the way.
Yeah. Discussing session lengths, breaks, food, fidget spinners, and I have my phone out. Is it okay that I take a smoke break? I have kids. Is that cool? My partner has been playing D&D for a little under 10 years and took like a 5-year hiatus because they never had a session 0, and she never knew that you could take a break. because we were in high school and you play 7 hours non-stop because that's just what you do when you're a theater kid. A thing that I also like is recapping. If the Dungeon Master recaps, I'm telling you what's happened, what I took notes on, and what's going to move forward. But if y'all recap,
Thank you.
gracias. If y'all recap, I know what they paid attention to, so I know what to start writing.
My group won't do that.
Won't recap or won't pay attention?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. We got stickers and cards we're passing out because they are children. Because we want to make sure that we are everywhere. Okay. They are children. All right. So DM pitfalls and growth. Wow, that was a big shift. Yes.
Something on session 0.
Well, session 0. Let's go because it's the most important thing I think in my opinion.
Yeah, I was just going to say that with a simple conversation, usually you can completely avoid a lot of those issues where, you know, you have a session and then you start seeing friendships fall apart and things like that because people are disagreeing or characters seem like they're dying too frequently, or, you know, somebody really was set on their original character doing this certain thing and then everybody else is not feeling that vibe. A couple conversations will save so much trouble, and I think maybe not everybody does session 0, but it's fun for us.
Yeah,
we like to roll together. Sometimes we're still making our characters, or we'll make new characters together during that session.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sometimes, sorry.
Sorry.
Did you want to continue?
I'm done.
Sometimes we literally will say, okay, I have the bare bones of this character, and just talking it out with everybody, you kind of get more ideas. So you can literally create your character with your party and have ideas that happen naturally, and you could have some things still that you're like, I'm going to leave this as a secret, and yeah, we love secrets. We love secret backstories. It's whatever you feel like sharing in that moment. So it's very helpful.
And piggybacking off what Lee said, as you're moving forward with conversations and your players, especially those rocky situations, just like any relationship, just like any marriage, communication is key. And talk to your significant other, your spouses, your players, because again, I'm going to emphasize this a lot. This is a relationship. This is the polycule. Okay. DM, I didn't say anything. Some of the stuff that I've seen that other DMs have like messaged me and whatnot is, well, you're not here to win D&D. You're not against the players. We're here together to tell a story collaboratively, and it's no one's winning. It's the story is what's important. That's what we're here to do. I have had people that said, what are you laughing at?
No, she's laughing at me because I'm shaking my head. You can win.
All right, Brandon Lee Mulligan. No, there is no winning in D&D. It's all about the friendship. It's a journey along the way.
If I roll enough math to the rocks, I can win.
You can't solve all your problems with math rocks.
You can. Tell that to all the vendors downstairs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I win by collecting
I
all
think
the
you might be
dice.
able-
That's how I win.
D&D is therapy. There. And as a DM, sometimes you'll be put into some leadership positions where you're having an argument and you're the one that needs to be the peacekeeper about this. And who here has DM'd and had players come to you with their social problems and needed, you become the therapist of the group.
Really fast.
If you have never DM'd in your entire life, that's something that will probably happen. I don't know why, but it does. I guess because you play God sometimes.
You work your stuff out on the table. Your brain is just firing and you're enjoying and you're role playing, and then stuff comes out and you're like, whoa, that's a little too real.
And speaking of work,
Roll it back.
also there's the work-life balance that I want to caution all people that do this, because being a dungeon master, game master is a lot of work, and you pour your heart and soul into this. And sometimes there is that burn. So if you're players, if you see your DMs struggling sometimes, take a break. Go play Monopoly. Go play Capitalism Bad, the game.
or Rage Room.
Rage Room.
Rage
Oh.
Room. That is a great suggestion. I'm just saying. We did that.
We bonus action.
Yeah, we did it a
immediately
couple
rage.
times.
Bonus action rage.
It was very fun.
Other,
Those that rage together stay together.
We need a shirt that says that. We need just
Evolving.
all the barbarians.
New merch on the way.
Yeah.
Oops, all barbarians.
Oops, all barbarians. Other small pitfalls that people have asked, like, oh, my players are always fighting over who gets the loot. I just generally just say share the loot. Just make sure everyone has a moment to shine in the spotlight. Brief things like yes ands or no buts. Does anyone know what a yes and or no but is? Does anyone not know what it is? Sorry.
Yes, and
The conversation
Yes.
continues. And you have a clue. I'll tell you. So, anytime that I ask anyone to roll a die is because I want an outcome. And that's going to move the story forward. Either negative or positively, you will get the information, you will get the clue, but we're moving in whatever direction the dice lead us. I roll perception, that's a 12. You don't find anything. That's a dead stop in the game.
Awesome.
What?
You just said but.
And? Yes. And then you move on and you say you get some information. And that's generally what we like to do. And we like to do it well.
And also with that,
Yeah.
the reason you don't use the word but is that the mind automatically assumes what was first said is completely disregarded. You're such a beautiful person, but your breath smells.
Yeah.
The first part of that conversation is lost. And but is the magic, which is why I picked on you just a moment ago. It's because you said, don't do this, but.
Like I said, we're making mistakes so y'all don't do them.
Don't do this, hard stop.
So
Next.
I'm going to go ahead and throw gasoline on this loaded question.
Do it.
Stated up
Do
front.
it.
Do
We
you
love it.
roll as a DM? Do you roll all of your dice open?
No.
Okay, good. Kudos. Check that box. All right. I've had this discussion, and I wanted to bring this question up when we were talking session 0,
Yeah.
current campaign. Old school DM, traps and lock rolls are made. I'll make them.
Yeah.
When I've got your modifier on a card. I know what your modifier is. Oh, you don't find a trap on that door. Safe for you to go through. New player who started with 5th edition,
Yeah.
significantly younger than myself, is having a problem with that, to the point player agency being brought up. And he's saying he has the right to see those numbers because of spells like silvery barbs, or is guidance applicable or not, and should know based upon how high or low the die roll itself is if something like that should be warranted. I see his point. I don't want to give it to him. I don't agree with him. I think mine's more valid.
It's.
What else?
I feel that there's no yay or nay on that. There's no yes or no. It's just I'm the dungeon master, game master at this point. These are my house rules.
Yeah.
And do you want to play? And that's kind of it. Player agency is some different games do different things. Like one of the things that we do is when you do death saves, only the dungeon master will know what you rolled to have that anticipation.
Absolutely.
But it's just that's the table. We play with some people that they'll roll your initiative for you behind the screen, and I don't like that, but that's his game, his style, how he wants to do it.
I am going to cut it on for you
Do it.
real quick. When I have that kind of issue, I will go with something along the lines. You think it's safe.
Sure.
The way I phrase the thing, you think it's safe, or it appears to you as such and such.
Yeah.
This way that it gives them that pause, like literally. This right here. My players know this phrase, and they're like, "Oh, he's smiling way too much. There's something up about it." And unfortunately, that's don't give me no sass, Samson. Yes, a lot of times my face gives it away a lot, but I'm really big on using you think this, or it appears that way. But tone also helps a little bit, because again, I'm like, oh yeah, you think it's fine, or you you think it's fine. Like, two very different answers.
But it might.
Yeah, there's some stealth rolls that people would do, and they roll maybe low 20s, 21, 22, or around that. And then I even if I know for a fact, me as a dungeon master, I know that you are hidden from this enemy, I'm still gonna say, you think you're hidden,
Sure. Yeah.
like you think this, but so that they can kind of like, oh, I don't know, am I actually hidden?
And they have to make an attack and then find out if they caught him by surprise.
Yeah.
Think she.
The one thing about it is you can't be compassionate as a DM
Oh no.
if you show your roles. Because,
Sorry,
say for
I'm sorry.
example, the team's go, the party has gone through some significant downfalls. And all of a sudden now, you roll a check and it's a 0. There's no way in hell they're going to survive. You can choose to go, you know, fine. Or you can say, you all died. That moment, you're the storyteller. You're the one in control of how it's going to be dictated. And if you're showing your dice, then you can't do that. Because at 0 rolls, it rolls.
Yeah.
But that should have been covered in session 0.
It should have been covered in session
Which
0.
is, are we gonna do hardcore where you may all die and there's a good likelihood of it? Or, no, the unicorns show up, the rainbow brings you, look, you're at 2 hit points. Everything's fine.
Yes.
There have been some discussions that I've had with people where like, I don't want my character to die in the game. And for me, and I completely understand that, put your heart and soul into this, and you want to play a game, that won't be my table. Or that'll be a different table that I play. Because we have different rules. When we stream, it's a lot harsher. Whatever you say, that's what I'm taking into account. Versus our home game, where it's like, if you're not paying attention to me, that's fine. Work is stressful. Let's just vent and roll dice. Versus our paid shows or gigs are like, what do you want? That's what I'm going to give you. Because you're paying for this service. It's just different conversations, session 0, different tables. Yeah.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on trying to win as the DM. Where do you stand on that?
My honest opinion is you win as a dungeon master when everyone is smiling. When they talk about your game outside of the game, that's when I'm like,
My little babies are growing.
that's when I get excited, and it's not a like I killed your character, the bad guy won. I'm gonna make sure that fight is intensely hard because you matter, and this has to mean something. You have to struggle. You have to grow from this. If I just give you the game, then what's the point of it? Then let's write a book. The challenge is the fun.
If there's no hardship, why bother?
But when they roll natural 20s, I am yelling with them.
Yes.
We've had a fight where a beholder almost TPK'd the entire group, and like it's recorded live on Twitch. I had to like hide behind my screen, like, holy crap! Okay, I need 2 seconds to like get myself composed because I'm gonna kill everyone. And then everyone's like, dude, if you kill us, that's part of the game. Yeah. Because we had that session, we understood that conversation.
Or also that one event that I will always share with the Hill Giant.
Oh my god.
That
Yeah,
it was a different game. And we were playing it, and this is kind of like the players are having fun, and then the DM is quote unquote losing, but you know he's also enjoying it with us. With my character as a rogue have a bag of devouring in my hand, and my barbarian was like, "Hey, DM, how far are we from the Hill Giant?" "Oh, you're about 60 feet. Okay, I'm gonna move over here, and then me as the rogue, I jumped on top of my barbarian, and the barbarian chucked me to the Hill Giant, and then I put it on top of the head, and then made me roll dexterity, I think.
I think it was athletics versus their acrobatics.
So, yeah, well, to put the thing. the bag on the head. And then when he was rolling for the hill giant to try to get out of the bag of holding, the bag of devouring, he said, well, that's not a 20.
DC was 20. He rolled a 19 with a +7 strength, and I'm.
So
yeah.
I was there. It was like, and everybody thought I was also gotten eaten by the bag of devouring, which I thought I also got eaten by the bag of devouring because he was so slow about it to explain what happened.
So like all you see is just the hill giant no more, a torn bag and blood. And I pause. We're going on break. I did not explain what happened for the next 15 minutes until we got back from our regular. All right, and then you.
He's fine. Yeah. There was also an encounter. It was the first time. This was when we first started doing the intro Hogwarts Prep. This was a group of us that have never played D&D before, and we were getting introduced to it for the first time, and we had an encounter with a werewolf, and a member of our party basically ended up dying from it. And we literally were having like emotions at the table because of it. It moved us that much, and when something does that, that is incredible. Like, this story just took over, so you know you're doing something good when you have these raw emotions just come up. So
werewolf romance, very powerful.
Yeah.
When you talk about guiding a story, and it's not quite exactly what I'm talking about, but when you talk about guiding a story, there's the letting it just go where it goes, and there's the goal that you had in mind. And this is kind of a mindset of, it's not winning or losing from a game perspective, it's getting a successful story to where you wanted to go with it. How do you talk to me about how you think about the boundaries of letting the story roam off, and all of a sudden they were going to Rome, and all of a sudden now they're in Florida. I haven't.
Plenty of ideas.
Sessions if we have something to do.
Yeah, me personally, I pivot. It was like, pivot. Anyway, when the party said we wanted to go left, I'm like, okay, next session we plan out going to the left, and then the session starts. All of a sudden they want to go right. It's like, well, everything that I planned over there, you know what? I'm gonna pivot over here. Like, where something is gonna happen there anyway, different. But the interaction is actually gonna pivot over there now.
Generally, that's how I run it. I've heard a lot of negativity towards railroading, and although I think railroading is you're going to do this. You're going to meet this person, and the only way to succeed is by doing this specific task. That's bleh. I like the idea of a open railroad where, like, I have this plan and this plan. Eventually, you will say something to make me say, we're gonna go over here now, or we can go over there. So I have like little pinpoints, and for us, because we do stream and it takes forever to make a gigantic board, I have my plans usually like, we're gonna go to this encounter where I have a map set out, and then from there we'll discuss where we go next. And that's why Curse of Strahd even exists, because someone was playing a game, they saw a vampire, and they were like, why is this vampire in this room? This doesn't make any sense. And then they wrote an entire romantic novel with Strahd and now Danny Strahd. And I think we're going to start here because we're going to write the game. We left off, I discussed what do you want to do? Is it the next exact moment, or is it 10 days from now? Well, I have my start, and I have my middle point of where we're going to try to go. Can we make to that middle point? Because it's y'all's game. You dictate what happens. And once we make that point, I know exactly what hook I need to use to go to the third point and then conclude the game. And then here is where we're stopping. We're going to do it next time. At least that's generally how I run it.
The best analogy I can give is think of it as a lake at the top of a mountain. As water breaks through, as the start of the story, sometimes it's not a railroad. It's going to weave and it's going to turn. Parts are going to come off and they're going to flow back in together. It's all heading towards the same point. It's all trying to get out to the ocean, but how it gets there, how it folds back into the main story, you really just have a jumble of plot points and story events that are going to occur. Where they happen on that stream is up to you and how they've gotten there. Sometimes people don't even want to go to the Haunted Mansion in Strahd, and they just completely bypass that, and they're like, okay, so we're not doing that. We're going to start over here and talk about, the vineyard, and we're going to talk about the Kinku or what have you.
I will say, as players, if you tell your dungeon master, hey, if you want to do A, and then when you get to the table, everyone says B, we're going to do B, but I'm going to hold a grudge.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
I know, we're gonna do a million.
At least a million.
And I think the true mark of a DM winning, if you will, is that your players want to play the next campaign.
Yeah.
They're like, we're in for it, we're with you. Whatever we thought we were doing, it's changed. We've morphed into this cohesive group. We're in, let's go. That I feel is good.
That's just manipulation.
And it is. It's total manipulation because now I've got a new thing I want to dangle in front of you. Come play with me, And you're saying, yeah, I gave my check. Here we go.
So, getting back to what you said earlier about Curse of Strahd, feel free to elaborate and any spoilers that
No. Are you currently playing Strahd right now?
Well, I mean,
I'm running it for him.
Okay,
And
so-
that was one of the things I said at the beginning of the game was, your characters could die here. This is a lethal module.
Yeah.
But it'll be story-wise and up to you to do something that avoids it. But that end fight, it'll be what it'll be, and the game will end one way or another.
I will tell you the key best thing: seduce him, seduce Strahd. That's how you win.
They call him Daddy Strahd for a reason.
Don't listen to him.
number one.
It's written in cursive, says seduce him.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Do the side quests.
And seduce him. Okay.
Bad
lost
problem players. Let's talk about how we handle problem players, like the thing on the screen. There
Yeah, I
you
know.
go.
There it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
spotted red flag.
It's like you wrote a PowerPoint.
I wrote a PowerPoint like 3 years ago.
No, you keep changing it and making it as it gets better. It's keep
I add pictures.
It ages like fine wine.
Just like any relationship, spotting red flags, have the conversation, let someone give you their point of view and see why we're having this, because you don't want to just be like, I don't want to play with this person, and then just kick them out. Share the spotlight, not having main character syndrome. Does anyone want to elaborate on any of these points?
DMs are really good at regulating that. I think that's one of the powers, the big powers that you have is, say someone is kind of showboating a little and they've got their story and they're really going, and you can kind of, give them their moment, but then you can kind of keep asking not to check for somebody else, or, you can regulate that so well that everybody really still has fun. That's something I think that's a really powerful tool in the DM belt, if you will.
I have another. I don't like how my brain said. I have another thing in my toolbox. Well, what's up?
It's your belt.
The thing I do have an issue at my Friday games is that sometimes my players get a little tipsy and they ramble and they go for a while. So I will sometimes keep a timer on my phone. Sometimes I do a little internal thing like, all right, he's done 3 yes ands or 4 yes and. Okay, I'm going to cut you off there. Think about what you want to do, and I'm going to go over here. And I do a rotation around the table, and I try to elaborate on each person's point, and I try to, at max, do 3 to 4 minutes per person, because I don't want anybody to take over. I don't want one person running the whole show. I want everybody to get their spotlight, because it is a collaborative story. I don't want. It's not. It's not the bard and his gaggle of friends. It's not the fighter and his posse behind him. It's not the, followers of this paladin. It's this party. And you guys are together to complete this goal, and everybody contributes. If one person doesn't have anything, I'll start pitching ideas to them, like, well, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Is there a way that what is it you think you could do in this moment? And don't be afraid to reach out to somebody if they're I don't know. I'm like, well, this is what you could do. this is what you've got some options, you've got some great spells I know you have. Would you like to do maybe this? Would you maybe like to do that? And while it does feel a little bit like railroading in the moment, as they get more comfortable with it, they're going to try to do those things in other ways. I have a player who we literally nicknamed the Murder Mage because he started as a wizard, didn't know anything about spells, and eventually I just was telling him, okay, you've got a list of things you can do. It's not just like you're going to walk up and punch somebody. You're kind of squishy. Don't do that.
Tell him what to do.
But he picked so many fights. He picked a fight with a fighter, and it just happened. But luckily his party came to save him. His party came to save him. They're really lucky his friends cared.
Legit.
But this is the kind of thing that happens. Like, I definitely have to check one of my players. He's like, would I know this person? I'm like, why would you know this person? You're in a completely different city than you grew up in. You've lived your entire life in that other city. Why would you know these people? Well, I have this background. I'm like, but are you from the city? Like, do you know these guys? And he's like, well, I don't really know them. I'm like, well, then you probably don't know them. Like,
looking at this image, it reminds me that a little piece of advice that the teacher told me once said, but has saved us a lot of confusion, especially with DMs, trying to make sure everyone has a moment to shine in the spotlight, is we use, I don't know what it's called, and I want a better name than just a finger method, but we use the finger method.
Yeah.
So if
The counting method.
counting
Sure.
method, okay.
Sure.
If I'm narrating a scene and this is what's happening in scene A, Jess wants to do something B, so I know she's next. If he's not adding to that scene, I know Will's next, and then Jeremiah's next. So now I have a role like, when we're done with you, we're gonna go with you, we're gonna go with you, and now everyone's sharing that spotlight.
And we can see each other, so it makes it a lot easier to be like, oh, okay, because we were doing just like, I have one thing, and somebody else would hold up a finger, and we'd be like, why don't we just do it to where we actually count? So it makes it easier for Jesus, so he doesn't have to.
But we do it silently.
Yes.
It does silently, so we're not interrupting him talking, and so that he can get the narrative out. So what it helps us do is like, yes, or I would like to add on to her action. Can I help her do this? Yeah. Or somebody over here will say, well, I've got this that I could do for that thing, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I won't do the thing I was going to do. You do that thing, and we kind of have like a quick moment, because as a party, as the players, they've been partying, they've been adventuring together, they would know these certain things about themselves, and so while it seems a little bit like metagaming above table, it's not. This is where, oh, I've been adventuring with them for years, I know how they would handle this situation, and it's like, oh, I know to cast like fairy fire on this group so that, the archer who's having problems can hit them better, but vice versa.
That's collaboration.
That's collaboration, not metagaming.
Metagame is like, I know this guy has 50 HP. He should have been dead by now.
Which is
Shut up.
another reason to not see the DM.
That's the other reason why is you want to make the fight better, fun.
You're
Yes.
reading the end of the book, and why
Yeah.
would you want to do that? That ruins fun.
So,
Look at that handsome devil up there.
yeah.
No, the one on the right. Look at that.
So,
look at that profile.
including us, if there's something we've said that doesn't vibe with your table, like don't listen, I guess. Don't compare yourself to others. See what shines in your group. I am not the person who's gonna be like, the door opens, and then you hear the foot. Like, I'm not a voice actor, so I'm not gonna do voice actor things. What shines in our group is I get excited when my friends win, so I want them to succeed, and I get hyped and animated, and I pick them up and give them a little smooch. That's my style of how I do
And you've also given us so much trauma for killing animals that we thought we were supposed to kill. And be like, why would you kill that animal? He doesn't have a home. He's just protecting his
Why
family.
did you go attack the dragon? She was just protecting her young. But why would you do that? I don't understand.
Look, we felt really
Why
bad
did
about
you
that.
kill the person who was
We
trying
felt
to assist you?
God awful about that.
Why would you roll a nat 20 on this dragon that you were fighting and kill it? And make it
Have that
fall
power
out
to
of the
be in
sky.
For murder hobo.
I like traumatizing my friends. What can I say? The other thing that I've had, especially when we started playing with other people, they were like, Matt wouldn't have done that. This is how they would run their group. Like, that's awesome. I'm so happy for him. Go play his team. If you want a Matt Mercer, you also need a Bria Iyengar. You also need a Travis Willingham. You need. These are the celebs of this world. We are just a couple of friends who want to play together and pretend to be elves. What?
You didn't even put Brennan up there.
He knows where he belongs.
He knows.
Ouch.
Hurts.
Hey, look. I'm gonna move on. All
Yeah,
right,
let's
that's
go.
fine. Okay. Wait, how much time do we have left? Sorry.
I don't know.
It's 6:54.
6:54. 54.
Crazy.
We have a lot more slides to go. All right.
We'll do it fast.
We're gonna go fast.
Well, but you need to make sure you pause for the screenshot.
Okay, we'll pause for the screenshot ones. Hey, that's our new campaign. Those are the new characters. They're still awesome. Okay.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Building great stories. DMs don't just build worlds; we build the journeys.
I'm actually seated that way right now.
Are you?
Yeah, we are actually.
No, you're not.
No, I'm just.
Oh.
Yeah, because see.
Oh. Well. All right. Cool.
Hey.
That's a hot brunette.
Like I was saying earlier, I usually try to have a 3-act setup. We know where the beginning is. We're going to lead you to the conflict, and then based on that, we'll have some hook that has a resolution. And I like the idea that every single game has 3 acts because I want to make sure that you have a cliffhanger. You come back for more. Why do I continue watching Buffy? Because of that cliffhanger at the end of every single episode. Focus on conflict that leads to growth in personal. So when I write a fight or something along those lines, it has that story purpose, it has that growth. I want you to learn from what's happening. I want you to experience and get more traumatized.
Think of it as episodic almost. Think of it as you want each session to be either have a cliffhanger or it needs to be an idea of a 2 or 3 episode kind of thing, like for an arc kind of style, or is it going to be a singular episode with a problem, a conflict, and a resolution? How are you going to put all that together, and can you get through it in the time you have?
I always, that's why I have my 3 bullet points. I try to make sure when I plan my games, it's never longer than a sheet of paper, just because this is just the information that I need. This is a quick reference that I need. But I let them kind of navigate and lead where we're going to go. Let them, their actions, the consequences shape the world. Helps my improv skills as well because y'all are always chaotic.
Yeah, we have a lot of world enders into the game. I think those are punishments for all characters.
Yeah. Also the idea of giving character villain depth. Yes. What's up?
Art.
Art. What about the art?
I know it seems crazy, but when we have invested in art, when we work with local artists, it gives such a different dimension to be able to look at your character and kind of like I don't know. These things
Connect with it.
There's so much in the mind about this game, and we've got awesome scenery and maps and all these things, and even Roll20 and some of those other things really make it a little bit more interactive. But
It's
art
crazy.
is
There is totally a slide about this.
so.
But this is Loki. She is the chaos incarnate.
Good roller.
She's a great dice roller. She will bite you though.
And she'll throw
Yes.
your dice across the room.
She will
Yes.
definitely throw that. Okay.
100%.
Make the world feel alive. What am I? Oh wow, that's not a good slide. Okay. Well, you have to wait for the whole animation though. Okay, so make the world feel alive. Let players change it, even small little parts. When we wrote our module, we specifically have 15 continents, and each one has some regions. But every city has a name, but not every city is built because I want them to pick something and be like, I want to shape this world. I want to put my own emphasis in there. Things like letting our own personal cultures like influence the world. Like it's canon in our world that Tagalog, Jeremiah's first language, is Elven. My first Spanish Espanol is Infernal. And we're just like helping each other out, making the world build together with all the effects and consequences that we have and everything. Because the choices of what y'all do matter. And also, again, with the whole dragon situation, if they do something and it has a negative consequence, the world will see it. The villains will see it. Everything should move from your actions to the consequence, yay or nay, to whatever is moving forward.
What are you talking about? We didn't accidentally kill an elder dragon.
Y'all have killed 3 dragons that were innocent.
Hey,
No such thing.
I feel bad about that.
Who hasn't just
Who
murdered?
hasn't murdered an innocent by accident?
Wealth liberation.
That's Cinnabon. He is everything in life. He is my baby. Please say hi to Cinnabon. Thank you. Okay, how much time do we have? Getting players to roleplay. Holy crap. Y'all are too fun. Y'all are exciting, and y'all talk a lot. So share the spotlight. If a person doesn't want to roleplay, don't force them to roleplay, but invite them to roleplay. Let people take space and break and encouragement to be in the spotlight. As a dungeon master, game master, it's your job to say like, oh, the archer hasn't been talking a lot. Do you want to act the same? No? Cool, thank you, let's move on. Because unless this is your job, like you're just here to have fun and you're just here to vibe and roll with your friends. Again, back to the voice acting thing, sometimes we do like a civilian voices and sometimes we don't. It's just whatever floats your boat. Who's that?
That's a Henry. He's a cute boy.
He's a very cute baby. Okay, so knowing your characters, you're always going to have your character grow. You're always going to learn more about your character. It's never fully done. You're never done fleshing out your character. Don't feel that at session 0 you have to have a 7-piece thesis of what they did in their lives. We're growing. And I apologize that I'm running fast, but we have like 2 seconds left. Oh shoot, we have no seconds left.
We have no seconds left. Oh no.
No, I thought it was 7 when we ended. 7:15?
Yeah.
It's 45.
Oh, I thought it was a 45-minute panel.
Yeah.
This is 6:15.
Because the other people have to set up, right?
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna continue talking until someone kicks me out then. All right.
If somebody is here for it, let us know. We will start picking up.
There's
Picking up and talking.
Yeah. Because this is my job. I want to talk about it. So, building better battles. So one of the things that we love to do is roll a hit, HP 0, done is boring.
Yeah, the next one's at 7:30.
Oh, awesome. 7:30. We have time to talk. I always build an obstacle. I love the easiest for me, for some odd reason, is always if you succeed in this fight, there is going to be a consequence, a yay or nay, about something in the story. Why does it? If you kill the dragon, you're going to help the dwarves out, but then you're going to leave the dragon baby homeless. Or if you side with the dragon, then the dwarves' territory has been reduced. Yes. So like, where is the story going to? I also love the idea of building a skill challenge in the fight. You have to save people. You have to stop the flood, stop the ritual. Give them a different thing to do than just a barbarian going there and tanking everything.
Let's say it's more than just trying to how many people can get a hit in on the big bad evil guy. Sometimes there's a fire going off in the room, and you've got to grab the magical book before it gets burned, while also dealing with the bad guy in the other side of the room. Like there could be a lot of different things going on to give the players different things to do. It's not all combat, it's not all skill checks. It should be a good blend of both.
Sometimes you also have to give your players a guitar, and they have to defeat the dragon by playing a BA guitar solo on your Stranger Things one shot.
We've had players ignore that a couple of times and really got themselves into trouble.
The guitar?
No, a scenario in the encounter that they're supposed to focus on, but they all miss it and they get blown up because they let the bomb count down.
Countdowns are an amazing tool. I love doing them because when you see the little sand dial go down, people start panicking.
You definitely when that happens, you start telling them after each turn you say, okay, this has progressed to this far. The wick has gotten this much shorter. The blood vial has filled this far. Whatever it is, you need to constantly be bringing it back to that, so it gives them that fear that, oh my God, this is getting worse, this is getting bigger, and it helps build that tension. It makes things a lot scarier to the players, and suddenly they're going, oh my God, oh my God, oh God,
Also, what's gonna happen?
Changing the terrain, because especially when I used to just draw things on the map back in the days where I played D&D for 7 hours straight because there was nothing to do, it always feels that the characters are like in one small area attacking one thing and they're not moving around. I love building different sceneries. If you use Theater of the Mind or if you're on Roll20, I understand the limitations. But when you have like physical terrain and you put a little fire icon and then a little fire token and the fire starts spreading and spreading, now you have a different thing to deal with. Or when you just draw on a little piece of paper and it says water and you keep putting another piece of paper and folding it over, that's silly. You start like, oh my god, I'm gonna drown. We need to do something about this.
Right. The room is filling. Oh no.
Yeah. Speaking of adding like this props and wise, that's Cinnabon again. He's the best boy in the world. So atmosphere is everything, and you have no idea how just buying a $3 light bulb at Target or wherever you would like to buy your stuff at. Don't buy stuff at Target. And just changing the color of it, like now we're in an underwater scene, blue light.
Blue light.
It adds to it. Using music, using incense if your group is cool with that. Just a single little prop where like, you guys get coins. Here is a little tiny coin. Or I wrote on a piece of paper your actual mission. Like these tangible little things just improve the game so significantly. Spell bottle is great. I went to
Advantage tokens are awesome.
Yes.
It really helps remind people, like, in the moment, like, I have advantage. Just telling somebody they have advantage, okay, cool. But if you literally have like a little golden coin, be like, hey, you rolled a nat 20 on your thing, boom, there you go. You've got advantage
and you
to
can
use
see
later.
This coin, and you can be like, oh yeah, I have this.
Or you get
it's
that the
physical
adventure
item.
thing. I need to hold on to this until the very moment I need it, and then you get people like that, like me.
That's why you haven't used this roll yet.
It's the last check of the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Going to the dollar store and just rummaging through all the little accoutrements, just little beads and gems, and just hand them to your players. It makes a world of a difference, in my opinion.
We have Goblin Brain. This makes me happy.
Look like make good. Also, just some information if y'all don't know. Hero Forge makes awesome, cool 3D printable things that you can get. There's also paper minis that you can just download, print them out, here you go. Or buy from local artists because local art needs love too. And I will let y'all know that Incarnate is amazing for making maps. It's free. There's also Tabletop Audio, which has the dopest music, and it's also free.
It's royalty free too.
It is royalty free because we use it on our stream. But yes, on our stream. So this, I'm gonna just let the slide go all the way to the end, so you can screenshot it if you need to. Hold on.
These are great. The other one was a really nice screenshot too.
Why is it clumped up together? I don't like that. Okay. What I was trying to say is, so you can take a picture of all the resources we use, because all these are really good pieces of information. 5e.tools is something that I use on every single campaign. Any book that you want, any piece of information, there, please. Obsidian Portal, you guys can write campaigns and make it. Tabletop Audio, like I was discussing, the best place to have music. Counter calculators, magic item shops. There's also, if you want physical accoutrements, eco.net is one of the best places. The Shop of Many Things. Sometimes I go there and I buy a physical puzzle, and I'm like, this is how you open the door. And take your time, and and whenever you solve the actual physical puzzle, that's when the rogue actually solved the door.
It's fun.
It was too hard.
Word puzzles are so fun. Yeah. Did y'all have any places that you guys do your? I was gonna say church, but that's not the right word. Where you like tools or maps? Any other information that's not up there?
No, I usually borrow it from you.
Does anyone have any other suggestions? I'm asking as the game master. Any like I use this in my games, or at least the tools or websites that I use that I like love. Does anyone have any suggestions I can add to my arsenal?
Also, because of the backlink kit and the modules that we wrote, we have a whole host of Houston-based artists that we use. Every bit of the art non-AI, real artists. So there's
Yes.
this repertoire. We have friends and amazing artists that we've used if you guys are.
I need to show you a new thing. We have a cover for the next book that Brandon did. Just saying out loud because I'm proud of it and it just happened today. Okay, so Brandon is here. Yes, he's downstairs. Okay, what is our time now? Okay.
Live and at the booth.
Live and good. All right, that's Donut. He is the sweetest baby as well. All my babies are the sweetest babies. You can say hi to Donut. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions and anything that we want to elaborate on? Any stuff that you're like, I'm having blah 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 blah. My doors are open for therapy to start. It's fine.
Yes.
So I have a friend. He
Yeah.
runs games. I participate in his games. He's really big on RP. I like RP as myself, so when I run my games, they're very roleplay focused. But if you don't want to roleplay, that's fine. So when he participates in my games, he'll do his roleplay. But if somebody else is not doing what he, role playing as much as he'll, hey man, how do you usually, have you encountered that, or how do you deal with somebody trying to force somebody else to role play more, or for his experience?
Are you viewing him role playing and like trying to get someone to do it as a like? Is it in a negative way, or are they assisting them trying to like uplift them?
I would perceive it more negative. The way he's saying it is more negative. Okay. It's like I'm not enjoying it if you're not role playing.
Like, if I was in that situation, I would probably if I was seeing the person being comfortable at that moment in time, be like, we're taking a break right now, and then like, yo, this is happening. I know you're trying to help, but let them be them. They're their own person. They have their own agency.
It comes with time.
Yeah.
It comes with time.
And like most people, every single conversation I've ever had that has been like, I'm a little uncomfortable, and I know we're gonna clash right now because of whatever reason in our game. It's usually at the end of the day, they're trying to do something that they thought was positive, but it just came out negative. So if they explain themselves like, thank you, but let them be them. That's where, and then as the GM, it'd be their responsibility to be the referee in that situation. We're like, hey, we're doing it again. Because we have had that where some of our players are like, hey, you're doing that thing again. And they're like, oh, shoot.
Again, don't be afraid to pull them to the, like, either after the game, if you don't want to make a big show of it, you can say like, hey, like they're not comfortable in that space to do that yet. Like I have a variety of players who've played like a few years. Some people have played none at all. Some have, like a lot of years of experience. It's okay that some people don't role play at all. Like sometimes they answer completely monotone and everything, and they're just there to enjoy the story. That's fine. I try not to force them to do anything. That comes back to the question of like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? What have you? But I don't try to let my other players dictate other players' actions. That takes away their agency. It takes away the what they're trying to do.
Or you have somebody like me that just tells them, we don't do that. That's not welcome here. That behavior isn't welcome. And this table is for everybody. It doesn't matter what levels. I'm
That's why I love Claire being at our table. She's like, quit that.
I'm like, you can get them out if this is not for you.
Yeah.
Okay? This is meant for everybody, and this is fun. Everybody's having a good time. If you're not having a good time, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah.
Like I've had to check a veteran player a big game to say like, hey, like if he wants to do what he wants to do, that's his choice. You don't get to. You're not his character. You're not rolling for him. You're rolling for you.
Yeah.
As a DM, an idea is to reward role play in game by having your NPCs maybe remembering that person or give them a little something extra. Now, the players who don't engage and don't want to role play, they're still playing,
but don't
they're
penalize them
still part
for
of it.
that.
And they're not being penalized, but you can put a little icing on that cake that your role players do, and they're going to pick up. Other players are going to, You know, it's unspoken, but there's like a competition at a table.
That's a really good point. Like,
Welcome.
Yeah. And it brings your NPCs to life. They become memorable, you know, and you then have interaction with the player and the world that the others are going to see, and they're going to want to emulate.
It's a little bit easier for me because I do a lot of voices, and so I'm not afraid to do something similar to that. I'm like, oh, they like this person remembers you. This person knows how you acted towards them, and if you're just like kind of blah about it, they're gonna remember that, and it kind of encourages them. Like one of my newer players, like oh, he very much thinks you're a cool, like chill dude because that's how you responded to him. And it was very like toned down, very like he's literally in there brewing like alcohol for the school. He's kind of got this like chill thing. He's like, okay, I guess that kind of works. And he's like, yeah, man, thanks. I'm gonna remember this. And like, you know, and like he goes off and does something, and then you know a few sessions later, that guy shows back up and he's like, oh man, I remember you had a really good deal on this brew. Like, man, can I get some more of that? And if he chooses to answer it in the same like kind of style, that works.
It encouraged him to do more of that, which is fun to watch.
Any last question? If not, I think also that's time.
No, I'm good. I was just like,
okay, I'll keep talking. Please follow our stuff. We do a lot of things. You can check out my baby's booth downstairs, 2902. Thank you. Also, if you want to buy any of her stuff online, she has a QR code. QR code with a discount. Also, our friends at Nemrut that have sponsored us and make amazing dice trays and dice molds and stuff. They're also downstairs. Go buy their stuff.
They're amazing.
Go support your local artist. Thank you all so much for staying with the panel. I enjoyed the conversations we had. It was very small and intimate level.
And Jesus is being very like quiet about his stuff, but he also has samples of his campaign that he has created down there with all the artwork, and it is really well done. The art is so beautiful. The story looks awesome. Please go check out his stuff too, because it actually is very cool.
That's the one that he
His
was talking
modesty
about
with
the
Hillary.
Backer kid that was funding in 3 hours when he
Yes.
went live.
yes.
But there are also stretch goals that we're
Yeah.
trying to do. So
We have officially done our
it's
first
already-
stretch goal.
it is
Everyone's getting
officially
20 free
funded.
one-shots. Now we're doing our next stretch goal so everybody can get prints.
But there's samples downstairs if you want to check that out. It's actually on that same booth.
All at that same booth, and the module is called Age of Maya. It is all local Houston artists that we sourced for that. There's tons of art in the book. You can flip through it. There's a player's guide, a DM's guide, and I'm forgetting the third book.
The module.
The module itself. That's right. That's important. But all of that, you get the whole thing. So check it out, please. He worked very hard on it.
And if you guys see me walking around and want to talk about tabletop games, doesn't have to be D&D or life or philosophy. Do it. I love talking. Curse of Strahd. I'll talk your ear about it.
We will definitely talk some Curse of Strahd. There's some of us who have played a lot of Curse of Strahd.
Actually, yeah. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
Sorry we ran so long. We could talk about this for hours.
2 minutes. Good. We really could.
Oh, yeah.
We love talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Here, here.